Hello and welcome to Games Radar. My name is Ellen and I'm going to be talking to you today about the Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S and inevitably getting tongue-tied in the process. Because if you thought that your next-gen decisions began and ended whether you're Team Xbox or Team PlayStation, or secret options free, Team both but no money, then you would be mistaken. Now that Microsoft's two next-gen consoles have price tags and a release date, it's now time for an Xbox Series X and Xbox Series S throwdown. Because what are the real differences between the two besides price? Are you getting a worse experience if you pick up a Series S instead of a Series X? And which one should you buy when they both launch on November 10th? Well, slow down there, my friend. I have all the answers to those questions conveniently written down on a script right in front of me. So allow me to explain why there's such a difference in price between the X, which is marked at $499 or $449.99 of your fine English pounds, and the S, which is $299 or $249.99 in pounds, and what you'd be getting for your money. Let's start with 4K. The short story is the Series X will have 4K capabilities and the Series S will not. The Series S is opting for a 1440p resolution, which is slightly better than normal HD, but will still be able to match the X in managing up to 120 frames per second, which will give you a smoother experience than you're currently getting. If you don't have a 4K TV right now, this might not be a big deal, but it is worth noting that the next generation of games will be made primarily with 4K, and by extension, the Series X in mind. Disk drives are the next biggest difference, by which I mean the Series S won't have one, so you'll have to purchase, download, and play all of your games digitally. The Series S will also have less internal storage, 512GB compared to the X's 1TB to be precise, so that's worth bearing in mind too. There's nothing stopping you buying extra storage or using one of your old Xbox One external hard drives though, but out of the box, the S won't have as much memory for storing games. Aside from storage size, there's also physical size. As you can see here, the Xbox Series X is big enough to cause pulsating ripples in the ocean, which I think is Microsoft's way of saying that this is going to take up more space on your IKEA shelving unit. The Series S is 60% smaller in size, much closer to previous Xbox consoles. If we're going to get super techie with it, there are some small discrepancies in raw specs. Both have an 8-core processor, but the Series X is slightly faster, with a CPU of 3.8 GHz compared to the Series S's 3.6. The S also has 6GB less RAM and a smaller SSD. The CPU won't impact the console's performance much, but the RAM being slower on the S will mean it could impact speed and performance. However, this will presumably be mitigated by not having to hit a 4K resolution. Still with me? Because all in all, the Series S is nearly half the price of the Series X and there aren't many features missing. And it all comes down to what's important to you. Are you happy ditching physical game discs and going all digital? Can you live without those 4 glorious Ks? And do you even have space in your bedroom for the absolute unit that is the Series X? If not, the answer will probably be the Series S. If you want to play games via disc, which is always handy to trade in at a later date, and you want to hop aboard the 4K train now and future-proof yourself, then you might want to start saving for the Series X. Give this video a thumbs up if you found it useful, or if you'd like to see us do another one for the PS5 when that info is finally released. Subscribe to Games Radar, and thanks for watching.